But I'm saying I can't come home to a full-course meal. What we married for? What we married for?
I'm not your mama. I'm your wife.
I just pulled a 13-hour shift. I just knew I was gonna come home and have some food on the goddamn stove. And now you playing, man. You been doing it for like 2 or 3 months, man. What is it?
Oh boy, it looks like we've got ourselves some avid fans. So basically, I was mentioned by, I guess, another YouTuber who apparently doesn't know how to use screen capture on her phone. So basically what she was doing was going through my videos and questioning me. Where's your wife? Where's your overseas adventures? I don't see your wedding. Okay, so since you're obviously new here, considering I see you only have, 90 followers, I think it is. Since you're new here, what you can do is you can go to my playlist where it says Big Truck Series. I think it's called World Tour, yes. And my recent video that I made in Maldives, business class on Emirates, you can view that. If you go to a different video, you'll see my my flight to, I believe it was Philippines, Manila, business class on, Philippine Airlines. They had the A350-900 long range. The Emirates business class flight that I did to, Maldives. You can also look at the Seychelles ones. We were using the A380-800. Let's see. The next video that I do make about travel will most likely be Bora Bora business class, and we're flying on Air Tahiti Nui. They have and now I'm not actually very happy about this. They have what's called the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. And unfortunately, compared to the A350 and the A380, these are actually shitty airplanes. I prefer Airbus by far. Way better seat layout, way better comfort. As far as the lovely ladies in my video, you will definitely see more video clip in the one that I did in South Korea, business class on Asiana Airline. Not as much video there. I think that was only like 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, this is what I sound like when I'm bragging. She says in the video that I'm very smug. Yes, I'm very, very smug. And I'm guessing she must be an independent lady. You know, she's an independent lady. All the ladies independent, throw your hands up in the air. All the ladies get money, throw your hands up in the air. Charlie, are your angels get down like that? Terry, are your angels get down like that? Let's just watch a couple of clips of my video that she screen captured. And now I'm going to she didn't screen capture it. She recorded it with something else. And now I'm going to screen capture parts of her making fun of me. So just a notification. People tease me and make fun of me all the time. The thing about it is, I got enough money where I don't care. And it's actually funny making fun of you, making fun of me. So watch this.
To prey on the women there who you perceive as being more submissive. That's predatory behavior.
So I'm going to be just very... So this is her making fun of my video. Let me speed it up. This video that was made for...
Sir. Where the fuck is your wedding ring? What is your wedding? See... Do you listen to how smug he was?
Yes.
Let's look at the number of followers she
got.
Let's look at this. Oh, she forgot the comma. Who the fuck would want to be married to y'all? I don't understand what the fuck these niggas don't get. It's so interesting to me how these guys are on here.
Let's keep going.
Look. He's talking about crypto. You see the video that I just had. Okay, so crypto. Let's go look. Only his passport bro stuff get views.
Now, I will actually agree with her on that point. One thing I've noticed because of the YouTube algorithm, videos that I was doing about, what was it, like cars and YouTube has cracked down on the car community. So when you hear me keep on saying SRT is dead, SRT, Charger, Challenger, Hellcat, Demon, those were like the only things in the algorithm for a while that was actually keeping views up for these YouTubers who were getting these cars. One thing I've noticed, and I've looked at the data from a lot of car reviewers' channels, right? Ever since the pandemic, their view count has been considerably down. And you have to understand, YouTube uses these videos in order to pump advertisement for specific products. The issue that I've seen is advertising has been down for a number of different products, specifically certain levels of cars. And it's a very simple reason why. It's because we're in recession. So yes, my views now, by the way, y'all know that I post my view counts and you know that I post like my end of month summaries, right? My views have been up. As you can easily see, my subscribers have been up. If you look 2 months ago, I think it was 75 or 70,000, and now I'm up to 86,000. Well, I can't compete with Miss Femi here, who's got 90. She's got a total of 90. You know, someday she'll have 100, but right now she's at 90. So, Passport Bros content is what pulled me forward, joisted me forward. And not only did I gain, what was it? I was gaining like 1,700 or more subscribers within just the last month, to which point I think right now I'm at 86,000.3, or it's 86,000.300, which is slowly going to 86.4. But I know I can't compete with Miss Femi right here, because Femi's got 90, a whole 90. She's got 90. Okay, let's keep. Oh, this is just so much fun. Watch this. I'll give her this. She knows how to read.
Passport pros speak, but here's why we don't care about y'all going overseas. Let's. I mean, it doesn't even matter if I go overseas or not. It doesn't matter. This is why we're not married to.
As I've said before, Passport Bros, I've said this as eloquently as I could put it on live streams. The reason why they mad. Why are they mad? They mad because they thought that after they turned themselves into sloppy seconds, they thought that all of you Passport Bros, they thought you were going to be left behind to be their plan B. But see, now they're seeing that you're taking your resources. And by the way, the Passport Bros are the men with resources, because obviously these are men who spent their time getting careers, getting jobs, working jobs, earning, learning trades. These are the men who spent their time wisely. Instead of hanging around like Pookie and Ray Ray and having all of these illegitimate children, what they did was they got their careers together. And then as they got older, they woke up and realized something. They said, wait a minute, there's no women around that I'd want to marry here. So those Passport Bros said, you know what I'm going to do? If I want marriage, if I want that traditional marriage in my life, I'm going to take my money, my resources, and I'm going overseas to get it. So I've posted more than enough video clips of proposals of actual marriages and of relationships to show that. And the thing about it is, now the Strags are really upset. Well, first of all, there's a very good possibility they may lose TikTok. So that means that when you see these horribly, poorly done videos like this, that may actually be the future, the near future of YouTube, if Congress shuts TikTok down, which is what they really should do, since they've claimed that there's a national security threat from the Communist Chinese Party. of China. So bottom line is she's insisting that the passport bros are losers and nobody wants to marry, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, she hasn't been overseas, because if she's been overseas, she would see just what the women overseas are like. And she would understand right away that the women overseas are her, how should I say, they are her sworn enemy. They are her absolute competition. They are competitive on a level that Miss Femi here will never be. She'll never be that competitive. We're going to places where femininity is the norm. We're going places where femininity isn't a luxury. See, let's just understand something, passport bros. Let's understand something, guys. If you're in this country right here, the vast majority of the dating pool, that is the women, the vast majority of it, you are probably not interested in it. Why? Well, maybe it's because of the tattoos. Maybe it's because of the bright neon-colored hair from an anime series somewhere like Sonic the Hedgehog, the bright blues, the bright neon purples. Nature itself warned us that when we see these bright colors, we need to stay away because we're dealing with animals that are highly toxic. Poison dart frogs, Portuguese man of war, the list goes on and on. So if it's not that, it's the high body counts. If it's not that, it's the children from some other man out there, some Pookie, some Ray Ray, some Chad, someone we just don't want to deal with. So passport bros say, you know what? I don't want anything to do with this dating pool. I want to go to a better dating pool. I want to go to the international dating pool. I want to be a passport bro international. I want to be a passport bro intergalactic. Anything but here. But this is the energy, this is the attitude you get from these quote unquote modern women. Let's hear a little bit more of what she has to say.
You basically look at how immature these men are in their big age. Vietnamese women will help you hook up in Vietnam.
Okay, so she's not happy about Vietnamese wingman. Let me be very, very upfront with you and clear. Vietnam wingman, some of you who are passport bros have probably been approached by Vietnam wingman. They wanted to do collaborations, in which case they probably cash apped you or they probably PayPal'd you a decent amount of money. And they wanted to do collaborations to build knowledge or to build observability for their channel or for their website. That is what I did for Vietnamese wingman. You notice that I was plugging Vietnamese wingman in every single video I did. The deal that I had with Vietnamese wingman was for 150,000 views. However, I ended up getting them 300,000 views because, as you know, when you're dealing with these videos that I did where I've got like 10,000, 13,000, 12,000, 15,000 views per video, and some of the videos I got like 30,000 views. Well, the numbers add up very, very fast. And then I was doing videos one after the other. So this chick, Femi, who has 90 subs, she doesn't understand why I did what I did the way I did it. Trust me, guys, without me going into the actual details and numbers, it was very financially beneficial.
Vietnam. You need help at this old age.
You see how she's focusing on the guys? Now, here she sees two black men, one of them walking down the aisle with this woman. The other one, who just put a ring on this one's finger, both of them are smiling. You know why she's triggered? Let me tell you why she's triggered. And this is the reason why I do what I do the way I do it. Now you're seeing why I do the things that I do the way I do them. She's looking at that man's teeth. That's what she's looking at. She's not looking just at that wedding ring on either of those chicks' fingers. She's looking at that man's teeth. She's looking at that black man's teeth. I've said before, black men don't smile in photos. After all, if you're a black man in America, you ain't got much to be happy about. And you damn sure ain't being happy by, these strags, because they're not making you happy at all. Take a look at a black man's driver's license photo. I want you to show me the number of them that are smiling versus the number of them that are mean mugging. Take a look at a black man's photos and with his family. Show me how many of them are smiling with their teeth. Show me how many of them are mean mugging. I'll just say it just like this. As a black man, I know the black male psyche very well and very intimately. Black men do not smile and show their teeth unless they are happy. She's not happy because she's seeing this photo and she's looking at this man smiling with a big old smile from ear to ear. She's not used to seeing that. I'm not used to seeing that. You're not used to seeing that. Every time you see a black man, he's mean mugging. Why? Because he's upset. I've said it. Black men in America are suffering from two things. They're suffering from anomie.
You don't pay no goddamn bill. I pay the car note, the house notes, family trips. I'm paying for.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Man, you know what?
Provide and protect. That's what you're supposed to do.
Why I can't get no food in the house then? Huh?
Which means that it's a state of not feeling as if you belong, and they're suffering from grief. They're suffering from grief over a number of things, whether it's the perceived racism, whether it's the dealing with these women, whether it's, dealing with the IRS. It could be anything. But when you see a black man smiling, when you see his teeth grinning, and he's got a smile so big that you can hear the smile through the picture, that's when you know he was actually happy. That's when you know. That's happiness. And I'm not saying that they, black men who have gotten married to modern women, I'm not saying that they don't smile. But what I will say is if you do take a look, let's say at their wedding photos, and let's say they're smiling in their wedding photos, I want you to take a look at their other photos, not just the wedding photos, but I want you to see how many of those photos they're actually smiling in. See, somebody who's happy is smiling all the time. But I haven't seen too many smiles lately. Well, not exactly here. Overseas, the black men I see are smiling all the time. There's a black man with a channel where he moved to Philippines. His name's Sunshine Shoulders. I see a smile on his face way more than I see a smile on the face of the brothers right here. And that's all I'm concerned with. I'm concerned with watching black men smile. That's why I do what I do the way I do it. But Femi doesn't know that because she's got, 90 subscribers. Maybe she'll have 100 someday. I don't know.
Hooking up with women? Did you still need women to help you get women? Where's your wife, sir?
Wait. I'm sorry. Wait, did you just say you still need women to help you get women? Where's your wife, sir? Well, let's take a look at these two black men right here. Their wives are right there. Now, me personally, I would never put my family on YouTube unless they wanted to be there. Most of these men who do marry foreign women tend to, they don't actually, and you can say whatever you want about this, foreign women don't want to be on YouTube unless they themselves have their own channel and they're controlling their channel. There's a couple of reasons for that. Married women and women who are in relationships, the smart ones understand that if they go on the internet, they're going to be guys in their DMs, whether they're married or not. And many of those women who are happy with their men, they're not interested in attracting that kind of attention. Unfortunately, the modern women in America, they don't think like that. See, you know how it looks? I've seen this personally. You'll have a woman here, a modern woman, and she'll be on, let's say, Instagram or Facebook. She'll be posting up her photos. She'll never claim you if you're her boyfriend. She'll never claim you unless it's advantageous for her. She might be dating you in the background, but in most cases, these women will not share their status because they already know that all of those simp dollars that they could be getting won't be sent if you know that they're with a guy. I've seen this so many times. When these women are in these videos all by themselves and they're posting their TikToks, they're posting their Facebooks, they're posting their Instagrams, they get lots and lots of simps sending them money in the DMs, the PayPals, the Cash Apps, this, that, and other. Here's the thing, though, and this is a really funny thing, and I want you to notice this happens, too, because I pay very close attention to this. As soon as they cross a certain age or a certain weight or they get a man, all of a sudden, the engagement on their posts plummets. All of a sudden, they don't get as many likes. They don't get as many little hearts where you push the button and it's a heart. They don't get as many thumbs up. They don't get as many Cash Apps anymore. They may not get any. If they make the mistake of putting their man in their videos or putting their man in their what is it called, their videos or their pictures, all of that engagement from the simp dollars, all of the simpanzees. I just got finished watching the Planet of the Apes series, the original one. The simpanzees. The Planet of the Apes was all about simpanzees versus the gorillas. And the simpanzees, those are the ones that are sending all that money their way. And the second that they post their man or they gain a certain amount of weight or they do something with their hair that the guys don't like, the simpanzees don't like, all of a sudden those DMs stop. So long story short, that's just what it is.
Where's your wife? You're right about where this woman's ring's at. Where's your wife?
You'll
Where's
never see her. You'll never see anything.
Wife?
I would never put a girlfriend. I would never put a wife. I'll never put children in any of my videos, ever. And if you don't like it, hey, I could care less. You can unsubscribe. You can go somewhere else. I don't give a shit.
What was Kevin Samuels' wife?
Now we go to Kevin Samuels. Guys, Kevin Samuels' channel came on last night with a live. I was doing something else. I was watching like some financial stock advice. Well, not really stock advice. I was watching options trading live, right? All of a sudden, I see Kevin Samuels' live button live. And I'm like, what? Kevin Samuels is live? So I clicked on it. And as soon as I clicked on it, you hear the music. Boom. In this moment, we got good lies. And then I'm like, holy smoke. But obviously, the man's gone. But they kept showing pictures of the chairs in the different rooms. Let me tell you something. I bet why do you think this video that she made came an hour ago? When these women saw that, they had a collective heart attack. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Kevin Samuels is back. Oh, no. No. I don't need nobody telling me that I'm not a queen. I'm a queen. They had a collective heart attack when they saw Kevin Samuels' live button pop up. I feel that I was able to hear them screaming across the neighborhood. No! Let's see what else she had to say.
He had two wives, right? And they both left for him. Where's Dennis Sperling's wife? Oh, she's married to somebody else.
She dropped Kevin Samuels and she dropped Dennis Sperling. So we're just dealing with somebody who's very upset, obviously alone, angry at the Passport Bros because we're not their plan B anymore, and she doesn't know how to use screen capture. Oh,
somebody else is smashing his wife.
What? Somebody smashing his wife? What? Now, by the way, that's part of the reason why if you're a YouTuber, especially, just keep in mind, Passport Bros. If you're a Passport Bro, I just want you to understand something. People just like this are about to start attacking your channels. They're about to start attacking your channels because they're at their wits' end. They're about to start attacking your channels. You've got simpanzees, you've got sisterhood losers and other assorted losers, and they're about to start attacking you. One by one, they're going to attack you. Me personally, I have a very thick skin and I have a loaded Desert Eagle. I'm okay with the attacks. My Kimber's loaded too. I keep that loaded too. My AR is loaded too. I have very thick skin. I'm not worried about it. So just in case anybody ever come at me in real life, you already know how that is. I showed you the brand new holster I got for my shoulder. Think Danny Glover in Predator 2. If you think about Danny Glover in Predator 2, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That shoulder holster, nice leather, custom made. You know what I'm talking about. For the desert, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I'm not worried about people coming at me in real life. Because, as long as I've been around, ain't nobody even tried that shit. But bottom line is, I got a really thick skin when it comes to just words. As long as people, they can talk, they can say whatever they want, I could care less. I'm going to keep cashing these fat checks. I don't care. Just so long as you keep it civil, because the moment you don't keep it civil, the Second Amendment comes into play. It's just that simple. You know what I'm talking about. So, that's just what it is.
Is Austin's wife? He don't have no fucking wife.
Austin Holloman, paging Austin Holloman. We've got somebody calling your name. But Austin Holloman has been attacked so much online that at this point, I know he doesn't care. Austin Holloman, understand something. At this point, Austin Holloman is an international face. He's not the leader of the Passport Bros because the Passport Bros is decentralized and it's leaderless, which is the way it needs to stay. It needs to stay decentralized. It needs to stay leaderless. It has gone mainstream. The internet, the media knows about it. And even Fox has covered it. It's going international and international newspapers. Women abroad know about it. A lot of them are favorable of Passport Bros because they know that the Passport Bros might be their last chance. You see, just in case you're new here, because I know I have a lot of new subscribers, understand something. A lot of countries, the reason why there's so many women, they call them leftover women. There's a lot of women who are unmarried, and in many cases, Passport Bros are hooking up with those women. If you're in China and you're over the age of 27 as a woman, right? The Chinese, they call you shengyu. That means leftover woman, right? The Chinese men refuse to marry you. Absolutely refuse to marry you, right? Passport Bros are a pro for these women because the American men, they don't mind if you're like 27, 28, 29, 30. I'd say American men in many cases will go after you up until about 40. And if you're an older American male, 50s, 60s, 70s, you'll probably go after these women when they're in their 50s, 60s, or 70s. Chinese men don't do that. The Chinese men say, no, shengyu. No. Buyao shengyu. That means I don't want shengyu. Now, the Japanese, you know what's coming, right? The Japanese, these guys are brutal. Let me tell you something, these guys are brutal. In Japan, they don't celebrate Christmas the same way we do. They celebrate, in some cases, by giving people cake. Now, you know how we have Christmas rum cake. You know rum cake? Rum cake used to be a joke because it was offered so much. Like during the 70s, the 80s, people would make people these rum cakes. And they, and I tasted my mom, my father, they'd gotten offered these things by their friends. And basically you've got a cake that's soaked in rum, right? Now here's the thing. Some people don't feel like eating rum cake because rum cake will get you drunk if you eat too much of it, right? So what ends up happening is people leave that stuff around. Maybe they put the lid on and forget it's there. Maybe they put it in the refrigerator and forget it's there. Eventually the cake goes bad because, cake goes bad. It doesn't go bad very quickly, but it goes bad. Now, here's the problem. In Japan, the Japanese don't eat a lot of the sweets and this stuff because, these people are skinny. So what ends up happening is the Japanese, they may leave those cakes around, and those cakes become what the Japanese call leftover cake. Now, these are Christmas cakes, so they can call them Christmas cakes, but they also call them leftover cake. Now, the Japanese, if you were to ask, now get this, understand this. If you ask a Japanese man, does he want leftover cake? That Japanese man is going to stop what he's doing right away. He's going to drop, if he has anything in his hand, he's going to drop it because this makes him very infuriated. And he's going to look you square in the eyes. His eyes are going to narrow, his eyebrows are going to narrow, and he's going to look very, very angry. And you know what he's going to say to you? Do you know what he's going to say to you? He's going to say, "No! No, what the Christmas cake? No! No, what Christmas cake? No! No, what the Christmas cake? No!" That's pretty much what he's going to say to you. Because that's how upset he's going to get. "No, what the Christmas cake?" Continue.
What the fuck are these men talking about when they know, first of all, nobody wants to marry them? No.
Well, guys, you heard what I just played for this person, right? I'm going to basically stop the video here. Like I posted in the community chat. You can watch the rest of it. I'm just to avoid YouTube's content census, this, that, and other. Understand something. All of your Passport Bro channels, you're going to be getting a lot of these mentions and a lot of these upset viewers who are angry that Passport Bros and you got to understand, somehow when these modern women here in America were convinced that the choice of a mate is all their choice, right? It's not all their choice. But they were convinced that it is. They believe that if they don't give you themselves in their prime, that you should be around to support them in their decline. Let me say that again. They won't give you themselves in their prime, but they expect you to support them during their decline. Now, unfortunately, America has a huge, complex welfare system where they're able to tax the average American in order to help pay for all these women who've fallen deep into debt and all these women. Section 8 is out there because of the taxpayer. All of these welfare services, WIC, all of the EBT cards, they call them Eat Better Tomorrow. They think that you're supposed to save your resources for them. That's what they believe. They believe that your resources are supposed to go to them. Right now, Tiger Woods, he kicked out an ex-girlfriend. And now, mind you, the ex-girlfriend, she's suing him for $30 million. She's trying to get a payday based on the fact that she was with him for a little while, never got married, never had children with him, but she's trying to get an instant payday. This woman, in her entire life, isn't worth $30 million and never will be. But they're trying to get a payday out of you. They're trying to get that. See, here's the problem. Once they get their hands in your pocket, those hands ain't never coming out. Once they get their hands in your pocket, those hands ain't never coming out. Not until they themselves say, "Oh yeah, well, I want to jump back on the carousel, but I want to keep my hand in your pocket." Because, and you'll hear them say it, Steve Harvey mentioned it. He says, "Well, you may not be able to find yourself one good man, but if you get 6 or 7 good men and you get a little bit out of 6 or 7 good men, you'll be able to build one good man." And I'm like, what? He said that. In fact, I'll cap off this video with that if I could find that clip, because I know I saw the clip. And I think it's right there on YouTube. Some of you have actually seen that clip. And the thing about it is, Modern women are trying to force you to accept a polyandrous relationship where, number one, they have their hand in your pocket, but they have their hand in other men's pockets. So what they can't get out of you, they'll just get out of the next guy. And this welfare system and this tax system basically do that anyway, but they need more because they can't flex if they don't have more. They can't get new wigs if they don't have more. They can't get raptor claw nails installed if they don't have more resources. So guys, that's the game, guys. But as for you passport bros, you're doing the smart thing. You're taking your resources. You're taking your genetic uniqueness. They had another story that I already read that showed the sperm banks, there's less than 2% of black males. Well, guess what? The only choice that these women have now is Pookie and Ray Ray. So if they want to wait till they're 40 and 50 to have their first child, okay, fine. Well, guess what? You get to choose between 2%. You get to choose between Pookie and Ray Ray. And that's it. The 6'6" tall, super genius black doctor, he ain't giving any of his DNA to the sperm bank. He's just not doing it. So guys, you're doing the right thing. And you see just how you see the anger in this voice. You see how powerful the movement has become. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. All you got to do is stay the course. That's what George Bush used to say. Stay the course. Just stay the course, everybody. Stay the course. And America will be victorious. Mission accomplished. That's all you got to do. Stay the course. So this is just one in a long string of these, how should I say this, fan mail.
Let's think about it this way. All I said was that you have to be a better human, and that if you have to get a passport, essentially, to go get coochie, then that says something about you. Why? Because there's millions of people here in America, including people that travel overseas. So if you can't get a girl here, then good luck getting a girl anywhere else. And you also want to know why?
These women are poor and vulnerable.
Easier to manipulate, know their place.
Disadvantaged, are in dire financial need.
They want their visas.
They have to be quiet. They don't know no better. That's why you have to go to developing countries to try to take their women. And it sickens me. And
yes, they'll do what you say.
She is in a dire situation
Because she doesn't know about much in life.
they have to bow and scrape at these men's feet. If you are a man and brag about go to underprivileged third world countries to get a wife, an obedient wife, you are a predator.
Dive on the passport bros phenomenon, and here's an insight that a lot of people miss. The way these men are leaving their own countries to go to lower income countries to find wives, and they say that it's because the women there are more feminine and they really value femininity in a woman. They say that the women in their own countries, they're not as feminine anymore, they're masculine, and they just don't want that in a partner. But then I look around me, my neighbors, my friends, and a lot of the women here are feminine, they're beautiful, they have a soft feminine aura, they treat their men well, they cook, they clean, they do everything. And then I realized that I'm in a high income neighborhood and their husbands, they're high earners. This just highlights how femininity has become a luxury in the US. Because it has become a luxury that a lot of men cannot afford, they go to places where femininity is the norm and not luxury. And that's okay, good for them. Bottom line is, if you're a feminine woman, you get the best pick of men in any society.
Show your body, baby. It's your body. Woo! It's your body, baby. Yes.
Pay attention to the passport bros. Like, they're getting women from like the DR, Colombia,
Yes.
the Philippines, Thailand. Like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education, women that
need them. Women that need them. Women are raised to be wives. They learn everything from birth, from their father, from their mother, how to be a wife and how to support your man.
Women that need them.
It's not even women that need them. It's women that treat them with respect.
So we don't.
Y'all know y'all don't. Stop
yourself.
That's not curious as to why so many modern women are confused as to why men are leaving. You know, why we have the passport bros and men who are deciding to look for women elsewhere. A lot of women are asking the question, why? And some of them seem so oblivious to the point where they really
If I were to go to Asia, where would I go to find a great girlfriend?
I think you should just go to the rural area because they grow them cute and they are not polluted by capitalism because all the major cities like Beijing and Shanghai. How much money you have?
Really?
What car you drive?
Wow.
The nice Chinese girl in the rural area who grew up raising sheep and like cows and like feeding pigs and growing corns, they just have big hands, big feet to work. They don't even know they are pretty. And they would just feel very lucky to find a nice man who respect them and love them.
¿De dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? Venezuela. USA.
Estados Unidos.
Yes. Unidos Estados. USA. I don't know how to say it.
No sabes hablar español.
Poquito español. Venezuela. Bonita mujer.
Gracias.
You got WhatsApp?
Sí.
Okay. Mine don't work good. ¿Cómo te llama?
Lorena.
Okay, me llamo Marquis. Me llamo Marquis.
Marquis.
Yes.
Marcos.
Yes, sure.
O Marcos. En español,
Close.
Marcos.
Marcos en español.
Oh.
En Venezuela.
En Venezuela, Marcos.
Okay.
Más uno.
Yes.
Funny is because a lot of people who be like, I don't know how to cook good. My mama never had showed me how to cook. Okay, your mama never showed you how to suck dick, and you still know how to suck dick because you wanted to be a whore, so you figure it out on yourself. So if you want to learn how to be a mom, a wife, a cook, a chef, you can learn that too. Easy.
I highly recommend marrying black men. A lot of Arab and brown women are reaching out and they're trying to find black men. And I say black men are kind. They're very secure in their masculinity. They're also gentle. They're also not like I see this a lot in the Arab community because I grew up in it. Men get very shy that their women are out there or their women work or their woman does something. And black men are very chill and secure about it. Like, she's on her deen, she's respecting herself. I'm not going to feel shy about this. And that's a huge cultural difference that I definitely appreciate from marrying a black man. So do yourself a favor, ladies. Find yourself a black man.
Sponsored by Obama 20.
Well, hello everybody. I'm from Thai.
I'm from the Philippines.
We're sitting here long ass time for our passport to come in. So where are you?
We're waiting for the passport, bro.
Don't hate.
Cheers.
To be continued.